Twisted Sister, and we're not going to take a 93.9 Bob FM, Ottawa's variety station. And Kornicky with you on a Sunday. Always happy to be in here. And I'm really happy because Matt Hamilton stopped by. You're an Ottawa native, right?
Yep, born and raised.
Yeah, born and raised here. And still is ground zero for you, I guess?
I got a brother here who's married with 2 little boys, so I love being Uncle Matty and coming back. Most of my buddies...
It's great being an uncle and not a daddy, isn't it?
Yeah, I love my nephews dearly, but it's very nice saying goodbye and going home to some peace and quiet. Most of my buddies from high school are still here in Ottawa, starting young families of their own. So Ottawa's nice to come back to. It's good to catch up with familiar faces and say play Uncle Matty.
Have you found with your friends, since you've gone out and done your last 15, 16 years, you've lived this adventurous life, and you were probably all doing the same stuff at one point, everybody goes, they envious of you now, or is there just this huge disconnect between the life they've chosen and the life you've led, and now, your acquaintances, whatever, but there's... Because, you've seen such a wide chunk of the world.
It's a mutual understanding and a mutual respect, I think. I think there might have been a disconnect for some at the beginning. But a lot of my mates have actually come to visit me, whether it be in Thailand or South Africa. So they've had a chance to experience...
I'm marking that down, by the way, for myself.
No, it's for sure. And I welcome. It's amazing when these guys come. It's always a great time. And they get a chance to see why I stayed away for so long and why I became addicted to the lifestyle. It had nothing to do with them. I'm very blessed with the friends and family that I have. But now we get it. They're all well into their careers, climbing corporate ladders, young families, multiple kids. Maybe years ago, I would look at that and think, wow, that's insane. I don't do that anymore. It's not for me, but They're very, very happy doing what they're doing, and I get it and respect it, but I also get and respect what I do and why I'm doing it.
We all choose our paths in life. Yours happens to be off of the beaten path. Mm-hmm. And your second book, I want to talk about this now. Through Travel and Error is your first one.
Yep.
You had the success. You knew the bug's in you.
Oh.
You went back out. The new book you got coming up, Gonzo Tourism.
Yeah.
How's it differ?
Well, it really doesn't differ. It picks up right where the first book comes to an end. I've come back to Canada to deal with a family fiasco. So chapter 1 is here in Canada, seeing these friends and family and kind of realizing that life has moved on for everybody. But then it's back out on the road. I do revisit South Africa, but I also go to a lot of new places. I spent a lot of time in the Middle East between Israel and Egypt. I spent a lot of time in the west of Australia. We talked about earlier, Southeast Asia between Laos and Cambodia and Thailand. But I think the big difference might be the first book is about how to give up everything and go away and stay away. The end of the second book, I actually come home. I come home and readapt into life here. So maybe that's the premise of the second book, is how you can actually go away for 5-6 years, have this unbelievable freedom, and then come back to a place like Canada and catch up. And it's very easy to catch up. I was back for a couple days, and in the span of about 24 hours, I went from being unemployed, maybe looking for a bar job, to gainfully employed as a travel agent specializing in Africa, wearing suits and ties with business cards. I had caught up immediately.
Yeah.
That's the...
But that's a nice...
It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing about Canada.
It's a nice little hammock to know that you can fall back on. When all else possibly fails, right?
Years ago, I probably would have been... I badmouthed Canada. I was very unhappy here. I had a lot of negative things to say about Canada. But my travels have certainly given me perspective. I don't think we should be walking from place to place. We should be skipping. We really have it good here. We're really, really fortunate. And that safety net, that hammock, allows somebody like myself, or anybody really, to venture off, explore the world, find themselves, find what really drives them, what makes them happy, and then they can come back and catch up. It really is there. The options and opportunities as Canadians are right there in front of you. It's the best of both worlds.
And you leave for those that just will never be able to take these kind of journeys, to live vicariously somewhat through at least your writings in the next little bit.
I hope so. And as I say, hopefully it encourages people to, maybe if they're unhappy doing what they're doing, realize that it's not that hard, it's not that difficult to give up everything and go off to some places that you may have heard nothing about and have an experience that will change you forever. I mean, really, you understand perspective, you understand simplicity, you understand what makes you happy. It sounds like an old traveler hippie cliche, going to find yourself. But
maybe that's why I get it.
Yeah. Well, it couldn't be more true, Darryl. It really couldn't be. Traveling alone allows you to find who you really are.
Now, the new book, Gonzo Tourism, it's ready.
It's written.
It's written and ready to go. But you're raising money right now, and it's not a ton of cash.
No.
But to get this thing published, right? Through Kickstarter.
I'm trying to raise $4,000 to cover my publishing costs on Kickstarter. So if you go to Kickstarter Canada and search Matt Hamilton or Gonzo Tourism, you'll see my little profile page.
And I'm gonna put a link, by the way, on our Facebook page in a bit.
Much appreciated. It's crowdfunding, and I don't just have my hand out. It's not something for nothing. I've got a whole list of rewards for the donations that you feel like you might want to pledge, ranging from a thank you card to pre-ordering a copy of the book. That's probably the most straightforward one. I've got some rounds of golf. I'll take you out to Thai dinner. If you're feeling extremely extravagant, I actually will take you to South Africa for 2 weeks and show you some of these places that I've talked about. Awesome. But yeah, it's so. I mean, $35, for example, we'll purchase a pre-order copy of Gonzo Tourism that should be out in April, and it helps me out as well.
Okay. And again, a simple $1.
That's it. Every buck counts out. Yeah, I'm been overwhelmed with the generosity of people out there. The campaign is moving along smoothly. I've still got 16 days to go, and we'll hopefully reach the goal.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm going to put all the links. I'll put the links on our face. I'm hoping people actually enjoyed listening to you talk today.
I hope so too.
Hopefully, we're about music in here, but anybody that listens to my show knows that I'm constantly going on about traveling and off the beaten path and what we should learn in life. And I'm just so glad that I just had you in here to share this stuff. And again, I want to help you do it because I want you to keep going, dude.
Hey, thanks, man. Well, it's always great chatting.
I want to visit you in Phuket one day.
Well, you
really
visit me. Hey, visit me anywhere. With social media now, it's so easy to find people. I mean, when I started traveling, if you wanted to find me, I gave you my parents' home address here in Ottawa because they might know where I am. But today, it's wonderful. You cross paths with people. It really is a small planet.
I always love that when I say about Negril. I won't tell anyone where I am, but all you need to do is just go to Negril, go to the center of town, and I say, "Where's Darryl, man?" And they'll tell me, "Man, I'm up the road a small way. I'm just go up the road an hour. You see him there, man."
Yeah, you do get it, mate.
Oh, beautiful. Matt Hamilton and the new book, Gonzo Tourism, that you might actually be able to help to get out there and have that many more people. If you've enjoyed listening to the story, help fund this guy, continue these journeys through life. And if you need to, just live vicariously through them because you've chosen just the most amazing path, man. And I'm glad you're in here again.
Thanks very much, Joe.
You're very welcome, man. Any time, brother. April Wine will get us a little closer to the top. We'll get back into the music. It's Kornicky with you, and thanks.